What's up? Happy Wednesday afternoon. It's July 10th for our Power Hour. Super excited to be here. We're going to start off today with a little bit of growth day, personal development, get ourselves in the right mindset.
Happy Wednesday, Striver. It is midweek. It's time for Wednesday wisdom, or your Wednesday focused, to think about your personal development, to recalibrate the week. Here we are, midweek. How's it going? Are you focused? Are you aimed? Are you living with intention and joy and courage? Do you have that performance edge, that vitality, that readiness to do something today, to enjoy the day, to love today, to give gratitude or generosity today? It's Wednesday. You know that we love Wednesdays here in Growth Day. If you're new to the community, every single Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, we have somebody going live or doing a live watch party from something we have recorded in Los Angeles on stage, or one of our Growth Day coaches going live. It's always under the Learn section, and you can find it on your main dashboard here too in Growth Day, or under the Learn section, and you can RSVP for today's class, which is always at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I hope you will join us. Today, since it's midweek and we're talking about aiming and recalibrating, I'd love to take on a question I got in the community. And yes, I'm still reading your posts in the community. If you're also new and you didn't know, if you're on the app and you in the upper, if you're on your mobile phone, in the upper right hand, you see little, looks like little people. Well, you click that, that's our whole community. And in there, our community posts their goals, their wins, what they're working on, what they're learning from the Daily Fire or any other class there. And recently someone was asking about, what do you do when you feel aimless? When there's that sense of aimlessness in life. You know, you're like going through the motions, you're doing things, but even if you're on path to doing something successful, you just kind of feel aimlessness. Like, what's happening? It's not necessarily you're lacking motivation. It's just like, am I going in the right direction? I feel like I'm trying all these different things. You know, I keep jumping from one opportunity to another, or one idea to another. I kind of feel like I'm meandering at this stage of my life. I feel like I'm losing a little bit of clarity or purpose, and I don't know why. And I'm not sure what to do about it. Now, of course, when you take on any topic in personal development, I always think about it. There's like a spectrum. You know, there's like a little bit of aimlessness, and then there's like extreme aimlessness. So I don't know where I might be meeting the person who was asking about it, but I thought the conversation could either help you through it or help prevent it. So 4 big ideas today. First, when people say, hey, Brennan, hey, coach, I'm feeling a little aimlessness. What should I do? I always say, please be aware that consumption drowns out your thinking and ambition. Consumption drowns out your thinking and ambition. Very few people think anymore. I know that sounds flippant, but the reality is we know that from research. Most people, if they have any free second, they pick up their phone and they start scrolling through social media. Instead of taking those free seconds between meetings, free seconds between dropping off the kids, free minutes between the workout and going back home, time between meals, time at the end of the day, instead of utilizing time to think, what we do is we utilize our time to consume. And I know some people say, well, no, I'm using it for creativity and to create. I'm like, you're probably not, actually, because most creators can create most of what they need to do literally in an hour a day. And it's the rest of it where you're just consuming and looky-looing. And so I want you to get the idea that if you ever feel aimless, just ask, how much am I consuming? How much other people's stuff am I feeding into my brain versus giving my brain a break and thinking about life, thinking about the problem, thinking about the family, thinking about the opportunities available to you? I don't think most people are aimless. I think they're not spending enough time thinking of purpose, thinking of how they can be of service, thinking about what their life can be like, how they can change, what they really want. Because see, aimlessness, sure, It happens. But should it be consistent? Should it be a constant in life? I don't think so. I think it can seep into our life over a series of years if we're not incredibly intentional about what we are consuming and by whom.
Okay, start our little power hour off with a little personal development. And I'm kind of weirded out. I don't think that's what was on my app this morning. So I don't know if I feel like I listed that one before. So that's kind of crazy, but it's a good one. I put a note about just a little personal story. Like I've been feeling over the past couple years, like, am I just getting like older? Why am I not as ambitious? Like I was feeling a little bit lazy. And I took Brendan's advice right around summit time to be as intentional as I can on watching when I pick up my phone, to mindlessly scroll Instagram, Facebook, and my energy levels and ambition have skyrocketed in even 3 weeks, 100%. And I still catch myself like yesterday. I picked up, we were at the Stone store and I was like exhausted of making decisions. We were like there for 2.5 hours. I sat down at the table and when we got into the AC, and I opened Facebook and I just started scrolling. And then like 15 minutes later to Gabby, when she was ready to leave, I was like, holy crap, I just did nothing for 15 minutes. Like I just mindlessly scrolled. So just paying attention to it. I love that advice. So I'm going to share with you guys real quick. The next step is we're going to create some content on our social media. Like always, I want to make sure that you guys are putting up your content, adding value on your social media before we get here, either this in the morning or the night before, if you put your posts up at night. I'm going to go to my Facebook real quick and show you the boldness of which you need to be or should be talking about your business. From time to time. Obviously, not every post is an invite post. Sometimes, I probably do 3 posts that are just adding value and then throw in an invite like every 3rd post or so to the coach opportunity. My thing is not scrolling, so let's give it here just a second. So I just want to show you this just to give you an idea, and then let's go create some content for your social media. So what we do on these power hours, we just go into our stories, and you're going to talk about your experience in with your program, the products, one of your customers' success. Even if you're like in our Body Lava group, our Lava Legends, and you see somebody else in there that's like made progress in 3 weeks, and let's say it's Sandra's customer. Let's say Karen sees Sandra's customer in there. Like, get on your stories and be like, hey, I'm in this group with our team, with our incredible team. One of our clients in there, Jenny, on her 3rd day, it was the first day that she didn't have to pause during the 20-minute. Like one thing I love about being a partner and helping people is seeing people make progress, right? That's talking about both the fitness and the business in the same sentence. And remember, you can share the success of your teammates. We're all teammates in that group. It's our clients. We're serving our clients together in that group. So here's a post I did today. It really just came from my personal development. It's Matt and I at Summit. I basically talk about some fear. I'm basically addressing an objection I get or a fear that people have of what people will think about them, and about a fear of failing, all these things. So I addressed it with some personal development that I read this morning in my Lewis Howes book. I quoted my favorite quote, the man in the arena. And then I made a bold invite at the end. My friend, when you do that, partnered with our team, you'll feel better and get paid by our generous compensation plan. You won't be alone, and you'll have all the training and support to back your biggest goals and ambitions. I'm taking applications to join our team partnered with Body in the comments below. Right? So I made a bold invite. I say, like, we have an awesome compensation plan. Throughout the post, I say, like, some of the fears that they might have and how we're going to help them overcome it and so forth. So be bold in your posts. Like, people, like, example, Jenny, I don't want your friend to see you at a barbecue next month and be like, are you still doing that Beachbody or that body thing? They should know that you are a body partner and that you can offer them products, supplements, and an opportunity to earn with you. So, and that goes for everybody. Okay. I'm not here to teach on power hours. So we're here to do the work. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take, like the next 5 minutes, I want you to go onto your stories and talk. I want you to try to talk about, the fitness end of it and the business in the same 60 seconds or however long you want to talk into your stories. Like that was the example I gave you. Hey, I saw someone in our group, they're down a pound in their first, in the first 10 days since starting our prep week, whatever that might be. And just share that, like, maybe one of the things I love about being a partner is seeing people make progress, or I love seeing when people do a challenging, hard thing in the morning, and how that sets them up for success throughout the rest of the day. So see how we can talk about the business without saying, come earn money with me, or come earn a free trip. Like, you could talk about the business without always talking about income or money. Okay, let's do some invites. I'll mute so I can do my stories. And if you don't have anything to talk about that, just show this screen of people that you're working together with, and that you have, as a partner, you have a team to work with, and you don't have to do it alone. So there's all kinds of things you could talk about.
Hey, Scotty, I have a bold shout out to a number of our partners today. It was really cool. Actually, you can see it on IG.
Okay.
Facebook tagged it and said it was inappropriate, and they took it down. And
Oh.
they said, from what I can tell, they think it's spam. I'm like, how can you think, like, so their technology, they explained that their technology is what picked it up. Like, so I don't know. I said, please review it. Like, it's not
Yeah.
spammy at all. Annabelle went, what? That's not spam. Like,
Yeah, that's crazy.
so
Yeah,
we'll see what they say, but it's up on IG if you want to see it. But anyway,
I'll check that out. And I'll hit you up later on it when there's probably some sort of sentence or phrase in there that they trigger.
maybe if you see something, I'm curious. It's up on IG, so feel free to if you see anything. Otherwise, I mean, it's just kind of a funny thing that, like, I mean, it's happened once or twice before my career, so not a big deal. Who
Hey,
cares? Take it
thanks
down,
for
life
sharing
goes
that.
on.
Awesome.
Your mom will get the other two as well, right? Okay. Yeah.
One thing I'm gonna do right now too, I did a little talking about the business in my stories, but I'm going to I'm gonna go into our Lava Legends group and I'm going to like just screenshot somebody's like progress, or a celebration, or their, talking about what they're doing in the program, and then just write a little thing like, one of the things I love most about being a partner is seeing people like this, right? Okay, I'm gonna do that real quick and then we'll get to starting conversation. Okay, we're gonna move on now to our next activity. We're gonna spend at least 15 minutes starting new conversations or re-engaging with people from past conversations. Just a reminder, there's multiple ways to do this. Go to your posts from yesterday or your post from this morning, see who liked it, see who commented on it. And if you haven't had a conversation with one of those people, even if you had a conversation 6 months ago, re-engage in that conversation. Tell them, like, let's say it's on your post, to be like, hey, I noticed that you commented or liked my post from yesterday. I just wanted to pop in and say thank you so much. This is how I word it. I'm really striving to help people out there feel better and earn extra money for their families. And I'm just grateful that you are supporting, like, even your like just helps me grow my business and get this message out there for people. Like, so see how you can kind of like subconsciously plant a little seed of like, this is what I do and my mission, but also at the same time thanking them. So that's kind of what that looks like. Even if you've had a conversation with them before or it's a brand new one, I'm not only concerned about you starting new conversations. Yes, you need to make sure that you're starting new ones and finding new people. But we're going to spend like the next 15 minutes and I want like 10 to 15 new conversations sent out. So we're going to do that. Another way, remember, you can go to your stories, see who's engaging or watching your stories, do the same thing. Or you can go to groups of, like, I know Shaylee does a lot of yoga and a lot of like cool acrobatic stuff. So she probably is in part groups of that. So engaging with people would be going into groups of other people that do that, commenting on their stuff, liking their stuff, then going to their profile, adding them as a friend and sending them a DM. So for example, my front door just got put in my house. Like an example would be I could go to a home building help page. I have a few of them on Facebook. I would search for posts about doors. I would go look at the doors. I would comment on the ones I like. I would ask questions on the post, and then I would go to the DM. I would go to their page. I would add them as a friend, And then I would send a message, be like, hey, I saw you put a post about those French doors that had the 3 windows on each side. Could you tell me where you got those? Like, and I'd be like, I'm building my house as well. And just pick my doors, like just conversations about things in your life that you're actually doing. So yes, Karen, new conversation. These are going to be new conversations and or re-engaging in conversations with people that you're not currently talking with, that maybe you've had conversations with in the past. Okay, I'm gonna go to 15 minutes. Let's go. And I'm gonna stand up because I need my energy level a little higher. So I'm gonna do mine while I'm walking around my room here. And one more thing, if it's like a former customer or client or someone that asked you about programs like 3 months ago or 6 months ago or a year ago, and then the conversation died or ended or they ghosted you, don't be afraid to go right back into an invite. That's what I do. Like if, let's say they talked about it a year ago and they never took action, I'd be like, oh my gosh, I was just like, I would say whatever it was. Thanks for watching my stories. I'd go in their inbox. I'd be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it's been a year since we last chatted about some of your health and fitness goals. And then I'd be like, we're running this awesome group right now where we're doing this primal strength power yoga. It's not too late if you want to hop in and join with us. I'm just a message away. Like I go right into an invite if it's someone that we've already had conversations about health and fitness in the past or the business. And guys, what I want you to remember, these don't have to be anything about body. You're just having conversations. Like one of them right here, what is somebody that I'm going to sell one of my rentals in Utah. And he expressed interest because he owns 2 townhomes already where mine is that I'm looking to sell. And so I just did a follow, he was in my story views, so I just reached out to him and I was like, hey, I just realized I never got back to you or followed up after I went to my event in San Antonio. I wanted to see if you are still interested. I'm going to be listing in the next couple of weeks. I'm just putting together the rental history numbers for our real estate agent, who will be my wife's brother. So if you're interested in chatting about it before it goes on the market, let me know. So just conversations about anything that's going on in your life or that you can connect with them about. Okay, just another quick reminder. This was someone that had interested in my Dig Deeper group. Never followed through with ordering or doing it with us. So I just asked how they were doing, because they had built a home gym. I just asked them how they were doing with their health and fitness routine, if they were staying on track, if they're still enjoying their home gym that they built, and just kind of asking those questions to start an engagement about their health and fitness goals. I'm gonna give an example. So this story viewer right here, Chris Caldwell. Let me find him again. I clicked on his name. What I do is I just click on their name. I don't have a conversation with him. So the first thing I do before I send a message is I go to his profile, and okay, I see he lives in Idaho Falls, works at former sales at Teton Toyota. I go check out his posts. He's selling a trailer. I'm gonna like that. There's a post saying, "Thank you, Chris and Todd at Teton Volkswagen, always making my little dreams come true." I'm just gonna like that. His dog's birthday, I'm gonna like that. He went to Daughtry and Breaking Benjamin. I'm gonna comment on that. I'm a former musician, so I'm gonna say what I think about that. Like, I'm just gonna say, I bet that was an awesome concert. Okay. So just teaching you guys what I do, someone I've never talked to before. So now I'm gonna go back to the inbox, and I'll just show you the voice text. Hey, what's going on, Chris? I was just sitting here doing some of my work that I do daily as a partner with Body. And one of the things I do is just kind of see who's paying attention to my stories and watching what we're doing and what we're up to. And I saw that you saw the story I did yesterday where I was talking about how I get emotional when I'm working with my partners and they're talking about their goals and dreams. And I know you and I have never chatted before, but I just checked your profile. I see that you're here in Idaho Falls. And I just wanted to say thank you for the support and for just checking out what we do. And looks like you're doing some awesome work in sales over at the car shop. And I hope we can get connected, and just know that I'm only a message away if you have any questions. Literally, that's it. Just so basic, right? Even there, I was like, oh my gosh, I did car shop. I meant dealership. I'm not going to redo it. It's me in person. I'm a little awkward in person, so I'm just going to actually be myself. So that's what we're doing, right? Okay, let's do another 5 minutes. Okay, we're going to move on to the next activity, which will be doing some direct invites. Remember that part we were doing mostly just engaging with and chatting with people. I've heard people say before in personal development, not just for body, but in any sales business, you're becoming a conversation expert, an expert at having conversations. And remember, if you suck at it right now, that's okay. But even if some of us in here are doing 10 and you're doing 2 or 3, you're probably doing more than you did before. And that effort done daily and consistently will compound. And remember, to become an expert at anything, it takes literally like 7 years to become an expert, doing a couple hours a day. So don't be hard on yourself and be like, I'm not as far as them or as good as them. Just work on developing those skills. I plan on being here into like my 60s and 70s, serving and helping people with their mindset, health, fitness, and earning money. So I still have a lot of work to do, and all of us do together. So next we're going to go do direct invites. Direct invites are direct invite to remember to try a sample of the program you're doing, to watch. There's body partner opportunity videos. There's a short one and there's a long one. My best way to invite to the partner opportunity would be these people we've been having conversations with in our power hours. If it doesn't get to any point where you can really invite somebody, I just do an invite like this. It'd be like, oh, one of them, for example, I did a direct invite to someone that I met on 4th of July, and they responded via voice text. I haven't listened to it yet, but they gave me a 2-minute voice text. I just genuinely, there's this kid, I'll just tell you about him real quick to show you how bold I invite. They're both in college. They both serve missions for the church that I belong to. And the one kid just had like the best eye contact with adults that I've ever seen in a 22-year-old. Like contact and asking good questions. His fiance was like, she talks a little more than I like. She's really chatty. But like, it's an incredible trait. And I follow her I add them both on Instagram, and she's like sharing about seizures she had on her mission and how she had to come home. Like, she's really authentic in sharing her struggles. So I messaged her and I was like, hey, I just want to compliment you guys. Like, I loved playing pickleball with you guys and getting to know you guys. I think it's awesome that you guys met at college and that you guys found each other. And I was like, your fiance has like the most incredible like aurora about him, just his energy and how he's just so present when he's talking with people. And then I was like, I was reading your posts about how you had seizures on your mission and you had to come home. I think it's really cool that you do that, because so many people just highlight the good, and you're very relatable. And I was like, I know you don't know anything about this, but what I do is I help people with their health and fitness goals and their mindset, and I get paid. And I'm partnered with the #1 health and fitness company in the world. And I think you guys would be incredible at what we do. Would you guys be open to having a phone call or going out to lunch to talk about it? Right? So just a very bold invite. That's someone that I saw that I would want to be on my team. If I don't get to a point where, like, if I have a conversation back and forth with someone and they tell me about their goals, their health, maybe they're working on their health and fitness, maybe they tell me that their hobby is gardening and I don't garden, I'm like, oh man, I never really got into that. But we do want to put a garden in our new home that we're building. We have some conversation back and forth, right? Just the next conversation with them, I just throw out a random invite. I would just be like, hey, I don't know if this is for you or not. And I can't believe I haven't invited you before, but we're doing a 20-minute a day workout with some other people online where we check in and hold each other accountable. Are there any health and fitness goals that you're working on that we might be able to help you with? Right? That's how I invite, just right away, even if they don't tell me they have health and fitness goals. If I find someone that's that I can see as a hard worker and ambitious, and maybe they have their own lawn care service business, or they have their own roofing business, I know they're a hard worker. I'll just briefly say like, hey, I know you have a business, personal training, or I know you own this gym, or I know you own that Wingstop, whatever it is that they tell me that they're doing. I would be like, I know as a business owner, we're always looking for ways to increase our revenue. And I don't know if this is for you or not. And I'll be like, I do vacation rentals, but I also help people online with health and fitness. I can do it from my phone, from my house, when I'm checking in on my vacation rentals, and we get paid to do that. I don't know, like I said, I don't know if it's for you, but would you be interested in learning how that works? right? And I just send out an invite. So that's what an invite looks like. Come try sample, watch this video. Have you ever thought about doing what I do? We got a group going. Do you have any health and fitness goals that you might be trying to accomplish? And that's an invite. Okay, we're going to get to invites. If you don't have conversations going yet or enough conversations to do invites for the next 10 solid minutes, I encourage you to go back to the last activity and keep working on starting new conversations. While you guys do that, I'm going to, I probably sent out 5 invites during the last activity, and I still need to send out about 10 more after this. So right now I'm going to work with Karen on finding some new people. Karen, and you guys just keep us muted, and if you need to, and send out your invites, and then this will be recorded. But Karen, I'm going to show you what I did in the very beginning, which is we're going to do it together right now. I'm even going to do it. We're going to go to friends from high school, friends from college, anybody that you're connected with. And we're going to go look at mutual friends. So when you look at them, it's going to say 20 mutual friends or 5 mutual friends or 30 mutual friends. We're going to click on the mutual friends if you recognize the name, or if you might possibly recognize the name, and you're going to go add them as a friend and engage in a conversation. So I'll do one for you right now and I'll show you, and then I want you doing it with me, Karen. So one of the people that I just wrote was a girl from high school named Kelly Cutler. She went to high school with me. We worked previously on her health and fitness goals. I sent her an invite to come with us again, but what I'm going to go do is I'm going to go to Kelly's profile, and we have 96 mutual friends because we went to the same high school. I'm going to click on mutual friends, and there's 96 mutual friends right here. Like right off the bat, I see Nicholas Murphy. He graduated with me and I've never talked to him. So I'm going to reach out to Nick. On here is Jordan. I talked to Jordan. I talked to Wes at the gym today. Okay, Abe. Abe goes to my church. I've never invited him to come do a program with me. We teach the youth together. We teach a primary class together. I've never invited him. So he's going to get an invite right now. I'm just showing you, we're going to do this. I'm going to send messages. I want you to do this as well. Find some friends, and then you're going to go engage in conversations with mutual friends that you recognize. Even if you've never talked with them or you have before, I want you to do like 10 conversations in the next 10 minutes, or start 10. It doesn't have to be voice. You can even be like, hey, I saw your name, and just say it. I saw you. You don't have to say, I was looking at Kelly's page and I was looking at our mutual friends. You can just be like, hey, I was on Facebook and it showed mutual friends, and just say hi and be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe how long it's been since we were in college together, or since we were in high school together, or whatever. And just be like, where do you live? Tell me about your family. Just have conversation. That's what we're going to do for 10 minutes, you and I. Remember, these could be real basic, Karen. This kid was in my church class. It was called the Deacon's Quorum when I was young, lives by my dad. And I was just like, man, I went to my dad's house today to check on his new sprinkler system because my dad's at my cabin. And so I was just like, hey man, I was just thinking of you today. I went over to my dad's house to check on his sprinkler system, and I was thinking about all the kids in the neighborhood as we were growing up. And I just wanted to pop in and say, how are you doing? And how's life going? And I just put, where do you live? Like, do you still live in Idaho Falls? So just remember, we're just starting conversations. Okay, we have about 5 more minutes. What I want to do for the next 5 minutes is, it's going to take more time to do this. Remember, when we do these, I want us like putting content out so people know what we do, starting new conversations and invites, but do not forget the importance of your follow-up. Your follow-up is, if you sent a sample to someone, you're following up, did you do the sample? If someone wanted to chat more about your group or about a partner opportunity, it's following up. I have a kid named Isaac Diaz that I sent him a share cart last week to become a partner and get some Energize and Recover. I followed up and he's like, oh, I wasn't able to do it because I'm waiting till payday on Wednesday. So guess what my follow-up today is? Hey, Isaac, it's Wednesday. It's payday, brother. Have you gone through and ordered your share cart and got your Energize and whatnot coming? I want to make sure that I get you added into our team and get you your new coach, new partner welcome email, right? That's an invite or a follow-up. So the fortune is in the follow-up. Like there's going to be people that are interested that fall through the cracks if you don't follow up with them. And I remember in the beginning, just to give you guys an idea, I used to not like follow-ups. It was my least favorite activity. And the reason was I didn't want to bother people, or I didn't want them to think like I'm just reaching out so that they make the purchase. And so I just reframed my thinking around a follow-up. It was like, I want to make sure, and sometimes I even tell them that, I want to make sure that you know that I didn't forget about our conversation. You told me you wanted to lose 20 pounds, or you told me you wanted to be a partner and get your Energizer Recover. I'm following up because I want to make sure you know that I did not forget about you and that you were going to do this on Wednesday or whatever it is, right? Okay. All right, we're going to do follow-ups for 5 minutes. I'll just close it out at 5 minutes. I'll just close this and then keep going to work if you guys have more time to continue on your bat.
And eventually, if they're not responding to your follow-ups, you just keep kind of checking in. You're like, hey, I'm back. Okay, perfect.
Yep. And if they never respond, I give a rule. It's like the third or fourth time. If they don't respond, I give them a bless and release message. It just says, hey, I know you were interested or talking to me about how much you wanted to lose 20 pounds. And it was important to you because you're going on this cruise. I haven't heard back from you the last 3 times I reached out. And I want you to know that's totally okay. Like if you changed your mind or something came up, it's okay. I'll be here when you are ready. And I do I call it a bless and release. I take them off my list. And then if they respond to that message or come back in the future, then I'll be here ready for them. That's
Thank
a great
you.
example.
At 9:30 p.m. 2 nights ago, I noticed that one of my customers was going to renew the next day. I had sent numerous messages and follow-ups and nothing. She had been traveling. I called her 9:30 night and she was like, oh, I'm so grateful. Of course I want a better deal. So it was, follow-ups, fortune follow-up.
Yep. Fortune is in the follow-up. And you guys, if you need to keep going with your follow-ups, I'm going to answer a message Karen sent me about reaching out to people that you've never talked to. I did about 8 in that time that you and I were doing mutual friends, Karen, and 5 of them I never talked to or never recall. I might have waved at them in the hall in high school, but I never talked to them, never sat at lunch with them, never hung out with them. And my message was just really like, hey, one of them was, the name's Ross. And I was like, hey, Ross, what's up, man? This is how I did a voice text. I was like, I was just going through my friends list on Facebook, something I haven't done in the past 10 years. And I saw your name on here and I recognized it. I know we never talked in high school, but I just wanted to check in and just say hi and see what you're up to. Looks like you're living in Colorado. How's your family doing? It was just like 5 of my 9 that I did were like that. I know we never talked before, but I see we're friends here on Facebook. I just wanted to just pop in and say hi. That's basically all it has to be.
And do those kinds of folks that you've never talked to, do they reply?
Sometimes 1 out of 10, sometimes 4 out of 10, sometimes all of them, sometimes none of them. The important thing is to release any sort of expectation about what people will say, do, think, respond, or anything. You're just being a genuinely good human. I'll tell you about one recently. There's this guy I met. He bought a lot where we're building our house. I met him 2 years ago on Instagram. And we never chatted, never started a conversation on Instagram. I ran into him the next year for 4th of July. We played some basketball together. About a month passed and he saw my stories and I reached out to him and he's like, man, you don't know how much it meant that you reached out to me. I'm going through a really hard time with my family right now and business is really hard. He's like, it feels really good to know that someone cares enough to reach out. Okay. All right. We're at the hour. So I'm just going to end this out. I need to go do I have 12 specific follow-ups I need to do, especially my first one will be the guy that's supposed to sign up today. And let's keep working. Remember, this is just 1 hour of the day. If you got more time, do more invites, do more making new connections, more invites. To give you guys an idea, I did like 15 new conversations here. Part of my morning routine when I finish my workout, I'm like in the habit of steady state cardio after Dig Deeper. I hop on the bike, the mixed bike. And during that time, just to give you an idea of how I use my time, I habit stack. I ride the bike. During that time, I put all of my Instagram stories for the morning. Like I don't do them live because I'm staying off social media. So I take a picture of me with my shake, something from my PD. I record a clip of my workout. I maybe screen record something from Growth Day or my personal development. And then when I get on my bike after my workout, I go put those all on Instagram plus my workout clip. And then I go put my workout clip into my challenge groups. I check my challenge group. And then immediately after that, I go start 10 new conversations no matter what every single day. And I call it my habit stacking. It takes me 25 minutes. I get on the bike and I do all of those activities. I work super fast because if I don't, then I got to be on that bike even longer. And I don't love it. So like when I'm doing these power hours with you, I just want you to know, like, if you see myself or others hit numbers bigger, like Success Club 10 every single month, I want you to know that I'm doing more conversations and more invites. And like I said, with Karen, is like sometimes I'll send out 15 and I don't get one response back, but I do not care. I care more about the action. It's like when I was a missionary, lived in Venezuela. I would knock doors all day and sometimes never be invited in to share a message. 12 hours straight, hundreds of doors. Some days I would knock and I would get to go into like 6 houses and I wouldn't have to knock so many doors. I didn't care whether they answered or let me in or not. It was about showing up, knocking the door, sharing a message, and inviting. So that's the same thing I do here. Okay. All right. I'll let you guys go and I'll continue working. And I'm grateful you guys were here with me today. See you later.